So today I wanted to do a Q&A about health and fitness, my goals, what I've learned, and sharing my tips and tricks with you as well. As always, this is a safe place and I would love for you guys to discuss in the comments below goals you guys are working on, things you're trying to do, or just general things that have helped you in your health and fitness journeys. I think everyone could learn some tips and tricks, and again, I think we all can support each other here. So a little bit about me. I would not say I'm super athletic. I'm definitely someone who is trying to implement more activity into my life. I've really tried to get into working out and going to the gym more, especially this past year, and I will say I've seen a very big improvement in my body, the way I look and feel, and overall my energy levels as well, which is always a big plus. Growing up, I do have two younger sisters and they were always stick thin and I was always a bit curvier. As I got into puberty, I started to really love my curves, kind of appreciate the fact that I had boobs and a butt and hips and, you know, kind of a more hourglass figure. But when I was younger, it definitely was difficult just being someone that could easily lose weight, but I also could easily gain weight depending on what I was eating, if I wasn't taking care of myself, and if I was not getting enough activity all the time. But my sisters were always stick thin and they could really eat anything they wanted. So one of the questions I have actually is about how to get motivation to start your fitness journey, how to get kind of started on a workout grind, and any advice I have for doing that and kind of beginning it. So one thing I do have to say is when you are looking at an overall goal, let's say you have a goal to lose 20 pounds, that can sound pretty daunting, especially for someone that maybe isn't used to working out, isn't used to cooking really healthy and doing all of that kind of stuff and just staying consistent with it. So something I used to do when I was a lot younger and when I would diet a lot is I would kind of separate it into smaller goals. So I would have a goal for like prom or for spring break or for some sort of event, and that was always really good at giving me a timeline to kind of work within and also giving me some sort of motivation to push forward because I knew for this certain event or this certain outfit I wanted to look really good. Now I do think that can go down like a slippery slope if you start getting into crash diets or doing really unhealthy things because you don't have a lot of time, so you are really sacrificing health for the way that you look. I do not recommend that. I don't believe in that. Although unfortunately, I think if you're someone who has dieted or you've ever kind of watched your weight, watched what you look like, you probably understand what I'm talking about. And honestly, that's just not sustainable. It's not a good quality of life and it's not a good way to live. And in the long run, it really is going to do a lot more damage than you're going to be getting benefit from it. Obviously, being healthy, looking good, and maintaining your weight, feeling good about yourself is something that should be a lifestyle. It should be something you can maintain, something you can keep, and something that you don't have to do all these crazy measures to achieve. So what I do recommend though is taking away the idea of actually setting small goals. Instead of thinking you have to lose 20 pounds and that sounds so daunting and almost impossible, you basically think, okay, I need to lose 5 pounds by this certain time, and this time another 5 pounds. And you add it up and all those small goals create one huge goal that you can easily achieve. And I think for a lot of people, it's easier to start that way. I also will say my number one advice is just to start. Don't wait till a Monday. Don't wait till you're ready. Don't wait to a certain time of the year. Just go ahead and start. You'll be happy you did. And every day is a new chance to eat better, be more active, and just start kind of picking up on that health grind. And moving right along, I did get a question asking if I take any supplements, any vitamins, or any pre-workout. And what I use is I use Carob. Now this is going to be a subscription box. It's going to come to your doorstep with all of the vitamins and supplements that you specifically need for your own goals. What I love so much about Carob is they are going to tailor this to you. So you're going to go on to the website and you're going to go ahead and take a quiz. They're going to ask you about your diet, your lifestyle, your needs, what your goals are, what you're really looking for. And if you're someone like me who wasn't super well versed in vitamins and supplements, they're going to give you all of that knowledge so you don't have to go into it blind. It definitely can be very overwhelming not knowing a ton about this stuff, understanding what you need, whether you want to sleep better, you want your skin, your hair, and your nails to look better, you want to kind of help your energy levels, whatever your specific needs are, they're going to help you with that quiz. I also really love that it's so convenient that it actually comes to your house because it really just takes out all of the guesswork for having to keep up with that, having to remember to buy your vitamins, having to remember to have them. And something I would recommend is actually taking the box like this that you get with all of your vitamin packs and putting it somewhere that you're going to see it every single day. I like to have mine out in my bathroom, so every morning I wake up, I see my pack of vitamins and I can use them and take them throughout the day, and I make sure that I'm never going to miss them. Because a huge tip for being healthy or any sort of lifestyle change for the better is no matter what you do, no matter how many amazing things you have in mind, if you are not consistent with it, you're not going to get the results that you want. I also am a big fan that from the app from Carob, you can actually go on there and track that you're taking your vitamins and they will give you rewards. So it's a little initiative initiative, a little push to do that and to kind of stay on top of it. So this is what it's actually going to look like when they go ahead and send you your specific personalized vitamins. So mine are actually for digestion and probiotics for your gut health, which I think are really important. Again, not something I was super well versed in, but when taking the quiz and kind of reading more about it, it was really something that I thought I needed and something that I thought would help me out a lot. I love that they have your name on them, so it's really nice and personalized. And then each one has a little like challenge or a quote or something kind of cute to kind of keep it interesting and exciting. This one says, today's challenge, go for a walk today and leave your phone at home. Unplugging. So just a nice little reminder to do something good for yourself. And I also went ahead and got the dietary supplements. These are quick sticks, so these are going to be for extra energy. I really like these. You just take them without any water. Just looks like a little pack like this. So you can always really stay up to date on all of your dietary needs, as well as your vitamins, your supplements, everything you need. They have so much stuff, so go on there, take the quiz, look around. Definitely let me know what you are working on and what you decided to order, because I would love to hear about it. This is like my guilty pleasure, hearing about all the different ones. I also have mentioned this before, but I love working and partnering with companies that I truly believe in, things that I use, and also companies that do good on behalf of having an incredible product. A portion of every sale from Carob actually goes towards the Good Plus Foundation, which is a foundation that helps mothers in need get their very valuable prenatal vitamins that they may not get otherwise. Really speaks to my heart, and I'm so happy that they do that, and I think it's just a little extra dose of goodness that everyone would be really happy to support. Carob also has vegan and vegetarian supplements to match your dietary needs, and for your on-the-go, very busy lifestyle, having it all mailed directly to your house every month is a great way to ensure that you are on the right track to be healthy, taking the vitamins that you need, and achieving those goals that you want to do. I do have an incredible code for you guys that I don't want you to miss out on. This is for the new year, and I have 50% off your first month of your subscription box of Carob vitamins and supplements. If you go to takecareof.com and at checkout enter the code Parken50. Again, that is 50% off your first month subscription of the Carob box of vitamins and supplements with the code at checkout. Parken50. That's amazing. You definitely should check it out, and please come back to this video. Let me know which ones you guys checked out and ordered. I would love to hear about them, and maybe I'll add them to my box for the next month as well. The next question I got is, what is my ideal weight? And now something interesting for me is when I was a lot younger, definitely when I was really heavily trying to diet, I was really kind of hyper focused on the way that I looked. I was really obsessed with my scale, and I would really get down on myself if I ended up gaining a pound or even a few ounces throughout the day. It would really bother me, kind of knock my whole mood in my day. And something that I've just learned as I've gotten older is the scale is not the most accurate representation of your health and how good you look. Of course, you need to be within a healthy range for your body, your lifestyle, your height, all that kind of stuff. But something that's interesting is weight can really be swayed by water or your period, or if you just got off your period, or if you ate a really heavy meal the night before. There are just so many different elements that can really sway your weight, where I don't think it's the best indicator of how much progress you're making or how on track you are. I'm sure if you guys are familiar with like the whole fitness community on Instagram, you probably have seen photos of girls like before and after transformations of when a girl maybe weighed less and then when she weighed more, and she actually looked better, more toned, more in shape when she weighed more. Of course, that's because muscle does weigh more than fat, and your body can look completely different at the same weight, just depending on how you're feeding yourself, how much activity you are having, and what exercises you are actually doing versus if you're not doing any and you're leading a very unhealthy lifestyle. So for me, I like to kind of judge myself on my clothing. I have certain clothing that doesn't have any stretch to it, no give, so like jean shorts or jeans or just anything that I know is a certain size around my waist and my hips and my butt and my thighs, and I can really tell when those things nicely hang, when they feel good, when they don't feel too tight, that I'm on track for, you know, being in a good range for myself and kind of maintaining my weight. And of course, if those things start to get tighter, they don't fit as well, I know that I need to kind of buckle down and just be a bit more strict. So personally, that's how I kind of judge myself. I don't judge myself on weight, but it is helpful to kind of have at least an idea. And like I said, I think I would want to lose about 10 more pounds, but you know, it could be a little bit less depending on the muscle and stuff that I build as I continue to work out and get more comfortable with weight training and all of that. My next question says, I remember you telling us that you were not that athletic, so what is your funniest story about not being super athletic? Now, I have two. The first one would be when I used to work with 17 magazine. I would film for them every month. I would fly to New York and do the shoots, and one time we had this big video shoot that was really exciting. I was really honored to be included in it, and we had all these different outfits. We were going around New York City shooting different looks. I had like a full crew with like a camera crew, makeup artist, hairstylist, clothing stylist, everyone, the director, and it was me. And the last shot of the day was this beautiful scene where I was supposed to be on a bike with like a bunch of flowers in Brooklyn, and honestly, I cannot ride a bike. That is my little secret. I've told it before. Kind of embarrassing. Of course, I go on like a stationary bike at the gym and stuff, but a real bike like on, you know, rocky terrain and stuff, just riding around with a bunch of people and cars and taxis gives me a lot of anxiety, and I just couldn't do it. And I tried to fake it for the shoot. Eventually they realized it wasn't quite working out. At least I was not very stable on there for a photo shoot, especially a video shoot where it's supposed to look really nice and peaceful. So we ended up scrapping that shot and removing it. But yeah, that was pretty embarrassing. And the other one was when I was a cheerleader. I actually broke my nose. We were doing a stunt and I got kicked in the face and my nose broke. And it's something I'm still self-conscious about to this day. I never fixed it because the way that it broke wasn't anything they could really do. So yeah, I think sometimes in photos you can kind of tell that it's broken, but that hurt really bad. I got a black eye. It was not good, but yes, that was one of my funny stories. My next question is, what is your idea on cheat meals? Do you participate? A cheat meal, I would say, is okay. I don't think a cheat day is the best, because I think if you're someone who has an issue with control and all that kind of stuff, you can start to go down like a slippery slope. And for me, just a little bit of something sweet or something bad is like enough to kind of cure that habit. And then honestly, seeing the results in my body when I eat healthy is way more motivating and exciting to me. So I don't do a ton of cheats, but something I do like to do is find something that I really want, some sort of cheat meal, and then recreate it with something more healthy. I think it's really enjoyable, it's fun, and it also can kind of take your mind off it for a little bit, but it can give you that same satisfaction just creating it in a more healthy way. The next question says, how can you feel truly confident and love your body? Honestly, this is the secret. Every single person is self-conscious about something on their physical body. That's just the way it is. Even the most beautiful girl in the world that looks completely perfect has something she doesn't like about herself, and it may be something you never would have noticed. And as I've grown up, I've realized this, I've accepted this, and it has helped me just love myself, forgive myself, and be a little bit less hard on myself. It can be so difficult. I think nowadays, comparing everyone on social media, you have to remember so much of what you see on social media is not real. From people manipulating their photos, to having good angles, good lighting, to having flattering outfits, to also just posting the best photos of themselves. Just be mindful that that is not real life, and there are so many people in the world that do struggle with things and do have insecurities, but you have to overcome them. You have to look past that, and the more confident you are and the more you own yourself, the more other people really feel that energy and look at you as someone that is just really confident and sexy. And there honestly is nothing that can like downplay that. I know it's very cheesy and it's kind of like, you know, an inspirational thing, but it's really true. Like, a girl that just owns her body and the way that she looks is so attractive and is so admirable, not only to men but also to women as well. So you really should just kind of own what you got, work on yourself, really try to be the best version of yourself, but also just realize at the end of the day, that's life. Everyone has insecurities. The next question is an awesome one, and it says, how do you balance a healthy lifestyle with going out, having fun, and drinking? Now, I'm just gonna be very blunt here. If you are getting ready for a specific event, or you're trying to really lean out, drop a lot of weight quickly, I would say cutting out alcohol and partying is a great way to start. Alcohol has a lot of calories that people don't tend to think about. A lot of times if you're going out and getting drunk or drinking a little too much, the next day you're gonna feel hungover, you're not gonna wanna work out that next day. At least for me, when I drink a lot, when I'm a little drunk, a little tipsy, I do like to eat at night. Like, I want, you know, pizza or something, and a lot of times the options that you have by a bar late night are not the most healthy. You're probably not gonna meal prep a meal to eat after the bar, although below. I have done that and I would recommend it because it's good. If you always have stuff on hand, you are a lot less likely to go for like a slice of greasy pizza or something bad after a night out at the bars. But yes, I would say to just be mindful of it. I honestly don't go out that often anymore. I don't really enjoy it, and I do feel like it kind of messes up my progress and what I'm trying to do. And when I'm really on a health kick, I'm really trying to be kind of mindful and really strict on myself. I just don't drink a lot, honestly, and it's just those empty calories that I don't really need. But if you want to go out and drink, you want to obviously have fun in your life, and this is something that should be a lifestyle. Being healthy and feeling good about yourself is something you want to be able to maintain. So my like kind of tips on this would be to be mindful of what calories are in your drinks, to just look it up and know. Maybe you don't know that a drink you're ordering has 300 plus calories, and that's a lot if you're drinking 3 or 4 of them every time you go out, and if you're going out Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So maybe cut back on the amount that you go out, what you're drinking when you go out, and then yeah, like I said, maybe meal prep so when you get home at night from the bars, you have something healthy to eat and you aren't going to be eating something bad that's going to be deterring your progress. Because at the end of the day, like I said, you want to live your life, enjoy yourself, have a fun time. What's the point in having a good body and looking good if you never have fun, you never see anyone, you never do anything, you know? That's at least how I see it. I think you need to have balance so that you don't go crazy. And the last question is a great one. This says, how do you start to go to a gym without being intimidated, not knowing what to do on these certain machines, thinking everyone is looking at you and judging you? Okay, here's the thing. Everyone who has gone to a gym, and I'm gonna say everyone, maybe not everyone, but I think everyone, a little bit at least, has been a little bit intimidated. It can be intimidating to go to a gym, feel like you don't know what you're doing, feel like people are gonna laugh at you, stare at you, judge you, maybe you're gonna drop a weight or do something crazy and everyone's gonna look. The likelihood of that happening is not very big. Most people when they're going to gyms, especially people that are super athletic and super serious about it, are not going to be focusing on you at the gym. They're going to be killing their workout and then getting out of there so they can go on with the rest of their day. Now that being said, if someone does laugh at you at the gym or point at you or make fun of you, they're just a horrible person. That's honest, because at the end of the day, taking that first step and trying to work out, trying to be healthy, takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of guts, and it also does take that effort. You are showing initiative, you're taking that into your own hands, and you're doing something about it, and everyone has to start somewhere. So honestly, screw those people that make you feel bad about it. Don't pay them any mind because they are horrible people. You should never do that, and you know, keep it as a reminder. If you see someone in the gym and they're not doing something correctly, you can maybe go up to them nicely and maybe help them out, but don't make them feel embarrassed. Don't make them feel bad, because you never know if that's been their one time at the gym and you're gonna ruin it for them. And I think this is just so important, because I've seen things of people like gym shaming, people filming people at the gym and posting it and stuff, and I know that people do that on Instagram and it's funny. I don't think it's funny at all. I think it's rude and cowardly, and I look down upon people that make fun of others for doing something good for themselves. That's horrible. I will never respect it and never agree with it. And at the end of the day, just remember, you're doing something good for yourself, and that is the best start that you can do. But actual advice would be to maybe go to the gym on a day or a time at day when there are not that many people, and go with a friend that maybe knows the machines. They can walk you through them, how to use them, and then the next time you go, you can feel really confident and you can rock that workout without worrying about anyone around you. Also be proud of yourself, because you're taking a step in the right direction, and that means a lot. So that's it for my Q&A about fitness and health. Again, please leave me any questions you have below. I would love to do another one of these videos, and again, make this a safe space to support one another and talk about our goals and our fitness achievements that we want to do. Again, make sure to go to takecareof.com and use the code Parken50 for 50% off your Carob subscription box of vitamins and supplements. It's an incredible deal, and I want you guys to definitely utilize it. That's it for me today. I'll see you guys later, and hope you have a wonderful night.